Hi, I'm Ebony. I'm one of the speech pathologists here at Prosper Health Collective, and today I'm going to chat to you about reviewing your speech and OT goals. So when we think of the new year, we often think of new starts, new resolutions, and setting new goals. And the same thing is true for your speech or occupational therapy goals for your child. I really like reviewing goals in the new year. It brings about a lot of good discussion and some great opportunities. The reasons I like to review goals in the new year is firstly because we get to celebrate the progress your child has made. They've worked so hard over the last year, and sometimes we forget where we started and just how much progress they have made. So by reviewing those goals, you get to celebrate those wins, and that can be really motivating for your child and give them that extra push to keep working towards their new goals for 2025. The other reason why we like to review goals as therapists is making sure that we're seeing progress in those goals. And so reviewing a goal kind of helps us take stock with you and decide, is this goal still meaningful for us? Is it something we should be still working on? Are we seeing progress with this goal? Or perhaps do we need to rethink this and take a new approach? So reflecting our goals can be really helpful for realigning us and getting us back on track for our therapy. When it comes to creating some goals in the new year, I do have some thoughts and some tips on how I would suggest parents create goals for their children, especially in therapy. Firstly, I would recommend that you think about realistic expectations for your child. What is realistic for their age and their capability and their interests? And it might help you to speak to your therapist about that, and maybe also speak to their school teacher as well, just to get another point of view on maybe what is most realistic for that child. If we aim too high and we set a goal that is a little bit unrealistic, it can be really demotivating for the child and for you as the parent as well, because likely it's going to take them a really long time to see any progress. So we want to make sure we set a realistic goal that's achievable, that you and your child feel like you can achieve. So it's nice and motivating. The other thing we could do, if you have a larger goal, I'd recommend breaking that down into smaller chunks for a very similar reason. If you set a really big goal, it's going to take a long time to get there, and we can lose steam as we go. So by taking that bigger goal and breaking it down into its smaller pieces, you can celebrate those wins as you go. It doesn't feel like such a big task, and it's more motivating for the child. The last thing I would recommend is making sure that your goals are measurable and specific. So sometimes when we set goals, we can be a little bit vague. Children might say to me, I want more friends, which is a great goal, but we might need to be a bit more specific about what that means. Do we want more people to talk to at recess? Do we want a friend to come over on the weekend? Do we want a friend that we can call on the phone? What does that really look like for that child? And then when I'm setting therapy goals, again, I want to be a little bit more specific. So maybe my goal is that the child that I'm working with, will start a conversation with a friend twice a week at school without any support. And that way we can track and measure our progress over the intervention period, and we can really see if we're making some progress there. So those are just a few tips on setting goals. If you would like some further support setting goals for speech or occupational therapy for your child for 2025, you can always reach out to us here at Prosper Health Collective. We're here to help you flourish and thrive.